Hello everyone, my name is Doomfish, and today we have a tutorial for a very simple sugarcane farm design. So this is fully automatic. It will automatically harvest these sugar canes, and for the most part you won't get too much loss. In my testing, I maybe got in a couple of harvests, I maybe got like one or two pieces that would stay here, but it's pretty cheap to build, except for these pistons. Might be a little expensive if you're just starting out of world. But other than that, you shouldn't have too much problem building this in your own world, and you can expand on it however many times you'd like. But this design can produce around 300 sugarcane per hour, and it can be expanded if you end up needing more. As you can see, it's just composed of 4 very basic layers here, and I will show you how to build this thing. So first, to gather your materials, you'll need 64 pistons, 64 sugarcane, 64 dirt, and a source of water. You'll need around 4 buckets, but obviously if you have an infinite water source, you'll just need 1 bucket and you'll just have to fill it up a couple of times. You'll need 32 signs, around 4 stacks of glass, around 2 stacks of blocks. These might vary a little bit, but this should be enough for whatever you need. You'll need 128 or 2 stacks of any item. This will be used for a hopper clock, so it doesn't matter what item it is as long as it's stackable. You'll need 12 redstone torches, around 2 stacks of redstone dust, 2 sticky pistons, a redstone block, a comparator, 3 repeaters, 3 hoppers, and 2 chests. So, alright, that's what you need, and let's just get into the tutorial here. So the first step is to build up a little tower like so, around 3 blocks high, knock out the bottom 2 blocks, and then go 7 more blocks in this direction, so 5, 6, 7. And so you have an 8 block line here, and this is where your first water stream is going to go. As you can see, it's basically mirroring that design over there. And then what we're going to do is take our dirt, put a temporary block there, put another one on top of it, break that block, and then just build a line 7 more blocks out. So it looks something like that. And then do the same thing over on this side. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And then we can insert our water here. Almost. We have to put a little block back here, and then we can put our water stream in. So now that we have our first layer in here, what we can do is start to put our sugarcane on top of these dirt blocks, like so. And just finish up putting all of the sugarcane on these blocks. Then what you want to do is go behind the sugarcane, place a piston down like so, place another one on top of it like that, then you can break this piston. Then you can just place these in a straight line like so, make sure they're facing inward towards the sugarcane, and then just go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. And this is going to be how we break the sugarcane whenever it is, when it grows. And then what we can do is put some blocks of any kind on top of these pistons, like so, and then just run your redstone line on top of that. And this is going to be the basic layer that you're going to have pretty much all throughout the build. I'll just build this one more time because there's a slight difference between the very bottom layer and all the ones on top of it, so I'll just show that real briefly. So now what you want to do is place 2 blocks above the block with the water stream on it, like so. And then you can take your signs and just place 8 of them all the way across here. Just holding control, placing more signs on it, and this is where the other water stream is going to go. And everyone above it is basically going to look this way. And once you have it out to here, you're pretty much good. Then you can take your dirt blocks and start placing them on these blocks with the redstone on it. So go ahead and do that on both sides. That. And then you're going to want another block on here so that the water stream is fully contained. And then you can just place in your water right there. And then you can repeat the process that you did on the bottom layer up here. So in case you need a reminder, just place down the sugar canes. And then what you can do is hold control. And if you aim it just right on this piece of redstone, it's kind of tough to do. You might have to break the sugar cane. You can place your piston right there without having to place any additional blocks. And then just place a line going down like so. Do the same on the other side. Like that. Pretty simple. And then go ahead, place your blocks on top of these pistons. And then place some redstone dust right on top of that. And there you go. So next step is to repeat this process that we just did 2 more times. So 2 more layers of signs. One of them will be right here, and another one will be right here. And that should just about do it. So I'm going to go build this, and then I'll show you what it looks like when we're done with these 2 layers. All right, there we go. We have 4 layers in, so this should be a full stack of sugarcane that's placed in total, as well as a full stack of dirt. Now, next thing. All right, so there's all 4 layers placed, and this should be, if you did it right, 64 sugarcane and 64 dirt used thus far. And the next thing you're going to want to do is place some glass so that the sugarcane doesn't sort of bounce out as it flows through these water streams. So what you can do is just place glass like so in a sort of almost like a plus sign, missing one on that side. Break this middle block, and then build your glass all the way up to the top here, all the way up to this block here. Do the same thing right here, all the way up, all the way up. And then what you want to do is cover the top here, like so. Cover the top again, and just all the way across until you get to this end right here. And then to finish it off, you'll just go down to the bottom of the backside right here and place another column of glass all the way up to the top. Make sure that it is completely enclosed, and do the same thing right here. So to make the collection mechanism, all you have to do is place some glass down here like so, and then place a chest right below this piece of glass right here, just like that, and making a double chest. And then you can just put one hopper in the back like so, and make sure it is completely sealed on all sides. There we go. So that just means that anytime any of the sugarcane falls down to the bottom here, it will get picked up in this hopper, go in the chest, and you will be able to collect it later. So now we need to make a timing circuit for this machine. And to do that, all you have to do is count 3 blocks up from the back here. 1, 2, 3. And then place 2 blocks out like this. Break that block, and then put a redstone torch on the back here. Put a block right above the torch, like so. Then put a torch on the back of the block so you sort of get this snaking pattern. And then just repeat this process all the way up to the top of the machine. It should take about 12 torches. And once you reach the top, which we're going to get there in just a moment, it should look something like this. And then just go ahead and place a block on top of this last torch. If you did it correctly, all of the torches facing towards the machine should be off. And now, all we need to do is connect up these lines of redstone to this machine, which we're just going to do by placing 3 blocks out the back, 1 to the side, doing the same thing here, side, and just going and doing this all the way up, like so. Once you have all the blocks in, just go ahead and place redstone dust on the top, like so. And make sure you do this on every layer, like so. You don't need to put redstone dust on this block, and of course you can't because this torch is in the way, so don't worry about that. Just go ahead and place redstone dust on every single one of the blocks you place. And this way, we can turn this system on and off whenever we want, and it will go ahead and harvest at certain intervals. So now we need to actually construct the timing circuit, and we'll do that by placing a block to the right of this torch. Place one underneath that block, and then you can break this one. Then go ahead to the right again, and place 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks out the back, like so. And then go ahead and place another one, and then place 1, 2, 3 blocks to the left. Go back and place 2 blocks to the right, and then go ahead and just repeat this, make another line out the back, like so. And this is sort of going to be our platform where this machine is going to go on. Now the final step here is to go ahead and place a solid block on each of these 2 back corners. Then go ahead and place a hopper down here, place a hopper going into it, and then break this hopper and make sure that both of these hoppers are pointing into each other, like so. Go ahead and place a comparator on this side of this one and a comparator on this side of this one. They should be pointing into these solid blocks. And then you can place a redstone dust right here on these spaces next to the blocks. And you can put a sticky piston facing forward, like so, on each side. And then go ahead and put a block of redstone down. And now what you need to do is fill up one of these hoppers with your grass blocks, or any other item you have here. It doesn't really matter. And this basically makes a timing circuit so that it will sort of be able to detect when this hopper runs out of items, and then this hopper will start depositing its items back into this one, so on and so forth, infinitely. And then what we can do is just put a repeater down here, go ahead and break this block, then put a sticky piston facing upwards, a solid block right there, and then another repeater down, and make sure this one is set to 4 ticks, a redstone dust right there, and the final step is a repeater facing inwards into this system, like so. So after all of that, we should see soon enough, once this hopper clock ticks over, which you should see very soon, it triggers all of this, the sugarcane falls down, and our very first harvest has begun, and you can see we got a couple pieces of sugarcane. So this farm is very compact, and you can expand it however many times you want, but this is the basic structure, and it should be good enough for you to get done with pretty much whatever you need. I mean, it'll produce around 300 sugarcane per hour, and of course, if you need more, you can sort of expand this design as you see fit. But I think that'll do it for this episode, so if you enjoyed, don't be afraid to leave a like on the video, and thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace.